Now, William and Kate, Princess Catherine, they are invited to Australia. They might be heading here after 10 years. I certainly hope so, Andrew.
Well, wouldn't that be lovely? There we go. So they've been invited for a tour down under by your Aussie PM. Obviously shared tea with the king. Much better than say, I want to get rid of you. Why don't you bring your son and daughter-in-law? And basically what he said, he was hopeful. And there was a standing invitation. So nothing formal yet, nothing definitely confirmed, but you'll be the first to know. I'll keep you posted. But basically they're hoping it's going to happen in the coming period, a glorious country. And it would be wonderful to get them down there. What normally happens is the king has to go first, which he did. They had a very successful tour, you might remember, last year. And then basically there's this open invitation. And they did a 9-day tour, Charles and Camilla, last year. And they had and Samoa, Australia and Samoa last October. And there were more than 10,000 people turning out outside Sydney Opera House on the final day. Basically, as I say, the protocol dictates that the new monarch must visit the realm first before the heir to the throne.
Okay.
That's now happened. And obviously what's going to happen. The last time, interestingly, they were there was in April 2014, Prince William and Princess Catherine, when they had a 9-month-old Prince George. And that's what happened. Obviously, George is now 12, and they had Princess Charlotte, who's 10, and Prince Louis, the wonderful Prince Louis, in 7. So it's going to be an interesting sort of visit if it does happen in the not-too-distant future.
Oh, we would love to have them. Be very exciting for us. Now, we've got to talk about Meghan Markle. There's been more signs that Meghan just can't give up her royal life, even though she went off to California in 2020. She can't quite let go of the royal life. What's happened here?
Well, it's wonderful stuff, and it's a sort of a subtle hint, if you like, because she has this glorious series, as you know, flogging. It's like an infomercial all the time, all the different products they sell with the jam and various other things. Well, she's now got these pots and these vases, and she's rearranging flowers, one of which was Queen Anne lace. You get the subtle reference there.
Right.
So any sort of royal connection, and this is what they're saying. But she also basically was rearranging these glorious flowers while the 44-year-old and her husband have since moved to California, and they no longer represent the British royals. They're saying she's desperately hanging on to this sort of side. She also gave us a little tour of her £14 million mansion. So you had a little look at that sort of side. And she shared clips with her 4.2 million followers, basically looking at this glorious side and peddling her wares. In addition, this comes on the back of she used to wear a ring, which has a £3,185, what's called a Queen water drop moonstone ring. There you go. The subtle hint is in the Queen. So any royal hint at all, anybody says, oh, hang about, she's wearing a Queen ring and she's wearing these Queen and she's putting on these Queen and flowers. That's the little thing. Anything royal to do with good old Meghan?
Absolutely. No, it does not surprise me one bit. Now, Thomas Markle claims a fair bit of insight into Meghan Markle's history before she was with Prince Harry. What's been said?
Well, isn't it glorious? Isn't it what everybody wants is for their father to spill the beans on their previous relationships? Yeah, thanks, Thomas. So he doesn't miss an opportunity to come out. And he's done all sorts of more revelations about that. Obviously, she's been married to Harry since 19th of May 2018. They got 2 wonderful children together. But she talked about the previous relationships, including with Trevor Engelson, the American film producer and literary manager. And what happens? They spoke also about her university years. How embarrassing is that? And apparently, he spilled all the beans to the author Tina Brown, saying that she had her pick of the sought-after basketball hunks. And she basically said that her first year of college, she pointed at one guy and said, that's the boy who's going to be my boyfriend. And indeed, he did become her boyfriend. He's probably ready to sell his kiss and tell story as well. Apparently, she was very, very effective with men, is what they did. The first ever boyfriend was apparently Steve Lepore, who was a basketball player, and she met him at freshman year at Northwestern University. They apparently dated for 5 months before he accepted an opportunity at a college in North Carolina. Boy, did he miss out on that Netflix series. So he's got to be well. But Andrew Morton also called them quite a pair, and she also had all sorts of other relationships and so on and so forth. What happened, however, she felt that her husband wasn't very good at getting her new roles. This is what the revelation was, which is why that relationship didn't survive. She moved on to Harry, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Oh, and it's been so quiet ever since she's moved on to Harry. Oh, a little bit too much information, I think, from both of them. But Andrew Eborn, thank you so much for your time. Brilliant to speak to you as always.
It's lovely to speak with you, Gabriella. See you next week.